Yeah, it was a long one. Longest one I've been part of. So, but feels good to win, obviously. And we had a lot of guys had to dig deep, played a lot of minutes. So glad we could come through in the end.
Start. What was the key to that long stretch of just kind of keeping them away and keeping them at bay?
When do you mean?
They didn't get much going after Colin. I think Colin gave up a couple early, and then just a long stretch of not much for them.
Yeah, well, we got a little better in the second. I don't think we're overly satisfied with the three periods. I think, especially the first period, we weren't where we need to be, but we found a way to come back, and obviously they found a way to tie it, and then had to buckle up for the long haul there. But we won, so we'll take it.
When the Blackhawks acquired Edsel at the trade deadline, Stan said he was not a throw-in player. What have you seen out of him in the short amount of time that you've had him?
Well, I coached against him last year, so I know him pretty well. He's got tremendous shot skill. He's still he's adjusting to the game over here, but he's got his ability to make a play. He can put it under a stick. He can hit a one-timer. So those are the kind of guys you like to have in your group.
What's the character? What did tonight show you about the character of your team? Being able to dig deep this long.
Yeah, they were fighting for their lives, and we found a way to. As I said, a lot of guys played a lot of minutes. We tried to use as much of the bench as we could, and I think maybe that paid off for us. But in overtime, when you're so tired, it's an extreme mental focus you need, because pucks are bouncing and you're gassed. It seems like 10 seconds into your shift, and so it's not easy. But we did what we had to do.
Domenico obviously was a pretty big factor in this game. He was obviously one of the stars of the game, but his agitation really obviously got to him in that overtime. What was about his game that was really effective?
There's a high stick. I don't know if he did anything before. He might have. I'm not sure, but he brings energy, and he's one of the guys who, like our first period, it felt like we were flat, and second period we found something. We found still wasn't pretty necessarily, but we found some sort of push, and he was a big part of it, and that's what he brings. He brings a lot of enthusiasm.
Is there any sense of shock that you swept them?
Yeah, they won the division. They won a lot of games. I think it was like 36 games after December 9th or something. I think I read. That's a good team. They got a really good group of forwards, especially, and so it says a lot about the team we have that we were able to win 3 in a row. Maybe they could have easily won tonight, but overall I think we're better. So it feels good to be moving on.
You guys managed to stay out of the box for a lot of the game, a lot of those 2 games you guys played. Was that something you guys talked about going into tonight, or was it just something else?
Yeah, we've been talking about discipline, for a while, during the year too, but certainly going into this series with the power play they have and the weapons they have, we wanted to be disciplined, both to stay out of the box, but also to limit their chances in transition. I think we weren't perfect, especially tonight, but we did enough.
Special kind of night with these numbers and how long it lasted. These guys understand how special this one was?
I don't know. They will. It's first one for me that this was this long. So, it's. I'll remember it. I'm sure they will too. I'm sure I'll remember it.
Does it make it any more difficult coaching-wise, as far as going back and forth, having to come back in overtime after overtime and try and say something different to get it going?
Yeah, you're just trying to give them energy somehow. Try to give them a little something. You want to keep it as simple as possible, stay as fresh as we can, try to use the bench as much as we could. We saw a lot of different combinations tonight. Part of it was I just was trying to find something that could work because we weren't playing our best, but we had contributions from a lot of different guys, even just to play 0-0, just to win, get off, get on, get off, set it up for the next group. So, again, they found a way to dig deep.
Would you say this was probably your best special teams night of the series, killing all the penalties and getting 2 power play goals?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't love our power play tonight. Honestly, we found a way to score, but it wasn't pretty a lot of the times. Maybe the first power play goal, that was a pretty good power play. But and we did kill everything off. I don't think they got much on their power plays, but I think throughout the series, special teams have been pretty good for us.
These games are obviously rare, but Jeremy Colliton was talking about how he thought in the second overtime maybe the NHL should go to 4-on-4, and then if they went to a third overtime, it should go to 3-on-3. Would you be a fan of that, or would you rather just stay all 5-on-4?
Yeah, I wouldn't love 3-on-3, and even 4-on-4 changes the game. I don't know. I think it's been like this for a long time, so hard to convince me you should change it.
So in these final minutes, do you see the team kind of falling back on those habits you were talking about all season, trying to survive?
Yeah, I mean, we did. When you're that tired, it's tough. You know, it's tough to make your puck plays, and mentally you make mistakes you wouldn't otherwise make when you're fresh. But I mean, we won. We found a way to survive, and I think we definitely had some stretches where we dominated play in the overtimes. They also had a couple stretches where we couldn't get off and seemed like we were pretty not sharp mentally. But yeah, again, we found a way.
Obviously, that goal by the Wolves, got overturned with a penalty, or didn't count because of the penalty.
Yeah.
What did they tell you? Did they say anything about what happened there? Or?
I didn't get an explanation. I assumed because they blew the whistle, whether it was early or not, I don't know. But it was a break for us.
Coach, you got some nice momentum now going into round 2, I guess.
Well, we're still playing. It's 8 teams left once it's all said and done. So that's a special club to be part of, and I think our guys have earned it. They played hard, and now we'll take obviously tomorrow off. I'm not sure exactly what the plan will be for the week. We'll find out who we're going to play, and we'll prepare as best we can. And we like our team, so it'll be fun.
Do you welcome the week off at this point?
Well, we could use a couple days after this one. I think the time between game 2 and game 3 was maybe 1 day long, but after a game like it would be tough to play on Saturday. Even Sunday it was good that game 4, if it would have happened, would have been Sunday. So we'll be happy for some time off.